today to talk the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kathy Hilton, on last night's episode and what we think we're going to be seeing from her due to the mid-season trailer. Also, the fact that we think Kathy possibly blocked Kyle altogether. And we just got to talk a couple different things about Beverly Hills. So before you get started, guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn those notifications on. I'm trying to grow my channel here, so love if you guys would follow. I want to start by talking about Kathy Hilton because we're finally seeing her this season, and everyone has been playing like where's Kathy Hilton game, right? So she actually threw herself a viewing party last night in honor of her first episode return back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, a couple of things. One, she posted a photo of Kim Richards and her, and I think it was Crystal and someone else enjoying the viewing party at her house. So we did see Kim Richards attending the viewing party, but we did not see Kyle, Mauricio, none of their family, but we did see Kim. She looked like Kim. She didn't look that, I mean, she looked like she looked healthy, like her body size. But she did look, hi Jojo, miss you. But she did look, you know, just not as fresh as we usually like to see Kim, which kind of tells me that this party might have been a little bit short notice on Kathy's end, but maybe not. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the fact we're finally seeing her. She's going to say that it's because she was, you know, filming for Paris in Love, but we all know that she was negotiating contract. We heard it in all of the press. They were pretty open about it. Kathy was negotiating contracts. I mean, she was, you know, alleged to be this amazing hit last season. They literally like used her backyard setting as the reunion floor. Like they recreated Kathy's balcony for the reunion. So I think she thought she was worth more money. And then at that point, I think it turned from her trying to just go on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and repair what she thought people's perception of her was due to everything that had transpired with Paris and the abuse at the school that she sent her to. Notice that we didn't see Rick anywhere either. We didn't see Rick at the viewing party last night, and we don't see anything. Rick never films, ever films, guys. And I think that that says something because I really think he wants zero part of Kyle and Mauricio. And even though it's the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I still think that because of Kyle's long-standing rapport with the show, he doesn't want nothing to do with them. So it tells me that Kyle and Kathy have tried to, you know, make peace with each other over the business transgressions of Mauricio and Rick. I mean, we know that Mauricio left Rick high and dry. He basically just emailed him and told him he wasn't coming back and that he was opening up an agency somewhere else. Like, he basically was like, ding dong, hey, I'm not going to be coming into the office anymore because I just started something called the agency and it's going to be your competition. And for extra fun, I'm going to take some of your brokers and bring them with me. Have a great day. See ya at Christmas. Like, I mean, yeah, there's going to be bad blood among men, especially for something like that. So I just think Rick wants nothing to do with them. At one point when Kathy and Kyle were fighting over the American Girl show, if you guys remember, Kyle was going to quit the show for Kathy. Kathy and Rick wanted her to quit the show. They were upset about something. I think the editing when everything happened with like Nikki's wedding. And TMZ caught Rick Hilton outside of the airport and they were talking to him about it. Like, hey, what's going on? We're hearing that your sister-in-law is quitting the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And he confirmed it. He was like, yes, family issues. And they were like, well, we heard that she was quitting, but now we're hearing that she's not. And he was like, oh, no. Guys, you have it wrong. Kyle's definitely quitting. Trust me. She's quitting for her family. Basically, she loves us more than she loves the show. And then she ended up coming back to the show. So in my opinion, I just think Rick wants nothing to do with Kyle or Mauricio. And, again, the business dealings by themselves would be enough to put a lot of strain between Rick and Mauricio. Now, back to Kathy and her debut. I knew they're going to make, oh, guys, this Aspen whole fiasco. I mean, first of all, let's talk about the fact that Kathy invites Kyle over and feeds her a baked potato with caviar. And I just find this hilarious, but also like, what a privileged life to like throw $1,000 worth of caviar on your baked potato and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is true wealth and privilege, I think, there. Like, that is, is something you just don't see very often. I thought it was very funny how Diana said she's over the top for Christmas. Diana decorated her whole house and she says how over the top she is. She's so over the top. But guys, you know who's over the top in Beverly Hills? Candy Spelling and Kathy Hilton. Did you guys know that they're in competition every year because they're neighbors about who has the nicer, more expensive, bigger holiday decor in the outside of their homes and their yards? Like, Candy Spelling and Kathy Hilton literally compete with each other. They don't even know who Diana is. Like, they don't know who Diana is. She lives up in Malibu. I mean, I'm just saying, like, her competition is Denise Richards, and Denise don't give an F probably about Christmas decorations. So I just found that really funny because, like I said, Kathy and Candy have been like in competition in Beverly Hills for years. I also thought it was crazy how production was constantly showing the Beverly Hills sign. Hey, Donna, just talking Beverly Hills. Production would always show the Beverly Hills sign, and then they would like cut to Kyle's house. But Kyle lives in the Valley. Kyle lives in Encino Valley. So it's like production's really trying to like subconsciously put that in our minds, like that they're in Beverly Hills, but they're not. They're filming the Beverly Hills sign, and then they cut to Kyle's house in the Encino Valley. They cut to Dorries in the Valley. Okay. Let's get to the part where Kathy has Kyle blocked. I mean, viewers, everyone was like just dying laughing about this part. Now, from what everyone is like, everyone is like taken the pictures, screenshotted it, looked at the message. Are they delivered? Are they blue? Whatever the case may be. And the general consensus is that Kyle is not blocked. She is on a do not disturb. So that's why she can actually call Kathy's phone. But when she calls, it goes directly to voicemail. That's why when Kyle texts Kathy, the text message say delivered, right? When Kyle calls Kathy, it goes right to the voicemail because somehow Kathy has put her on a do not disturb. So it doesn't ring because it's on a do not disturb mode. So I think that's just as bad as being blocked. Don't you guys? Like, if you're on a do not disturb, you might as well be on a blocked call. And Kathy, walks in and asks Kyle why Kyle doesn't call her. And it's like, Kathy, do you not remember that you blocked her? Do you not remember that you put her on Do Not Disturb? It was 3 years ago. Kyle said, like, it's been like this for 3 years. So what's the deal? She's on Do Not Disturb. That's the deal, guys. She's on Do Not Disturb. And why was Kathy wearing sunglasses when they got there? I just feel like Kathy, like, parties just as hard as she did 20 years ago. She just needs a little bit more time to recover. And so that's another reason I think she doesn't like filming, because she can't do it when she feels like it. She has to do it, obviously on a schedule. And that's not how Kathy's life works. Yes, Sutton on Watch What Happens Live last night, guys. Did you catch her and the shade she was throwing with the licking of the lips? Everyone is talking about Diana and the licking of her lips. I mean, they are screenshotting it every time like she did it in last night's episode, and it is a little I don't know, it's a little strange. She does do it all night, and they're saying that her press right now is so bad that she might not even come to the reunion, which again is the problem if we hire housewives that make too much money that don't need any sort of income. They can just say, F it, I'm not going to the reunion if they don't like how the season airs, if they don't like their edit, if they don't like, this or that or whatever. But people online are definitely going hard at Diana for the lipping because it does seem compulsive. It does seem like it's a tick. It does seem like there could be, medications that are, this is a reaction of a medication possibly. Not sure. I definitely think that people are not going to leave it alone, though. I just don't think they are. They took a screenshot from last night whenever Kyle was telling Sutton to put her hand down, whenever Cherie's eyelash came off and Jamie Lee Curtis was there, helping to put it back on. And Kyle told Sutton, put your hand down. She grinded her teeth like this. Well, if you pause that shot, of course, Diana's sitting next to Kyle. She's licking her lips, right? And skiing, right, JoJo? She's probably skiing all the way to the bathroom and back again, right? How about Dorries and Jamie Lee Curtis and all of the items that Jamie Lee was showing us? I didn't understand actually why Jamie Lee was showing us all and why Bravo aired every single item. Are those free things that you get if you donate, or were those things that you could buy from her charity if you go online to their website? I definitely thought it was in bad taste for Kyle to announce that she made a contribution of $25,000 and then Diana matches it, and it just seems like that's all we really heard about the Children's Hospital was, Jamie Lee started her own sort of, branch of a course, of a foundation, of course, for children, because that's what all of these people are into, right? They're all into helping the children, and they all run charities and foundations, and some are legit and some aren't. But that seems like what Jamie Lee's done here. She started a foundation for, a branch of LA Children's Hospital, and she's asking for donations. So, JoJo says it was like getting a t-shirt for donating. So you got to pick one of the items if you donated money, basically. And Dorries just being so, oh, that is the sleekest set of wind chimes I have ever seen. Oh my goodness. Those license plate covers are so sleek. I mean, it just really shows us, is that how Dorries, does she really give us the real Dorito all the time, 90% of the time? I don't know, but she really seemed to be able to, basically kiss, Jamie's ass the entire time that she was showing all of these random coffee mugs, license plate covers. Hey, Steven. I just thought that was really weird. I don't know why they thought we needed to know that, but I thought that was very, very strange. I did not like Crystal's Crystal wore a Valentino dress to the party. Thank you, Mega. She wore a Valentino dress to the party. I didn't care for it. Usually I love an emerald green, a Kelly green. And I do think Crystal is trying to change up her fashion a little bit, but I didn't like it for some reason. I didn't like the fro around the wrist. And they said it was a Valentino, so I was surprised. A lot of memes going around about Diana's dress. Some people are calling it a trash bag. I'm just saying. Hey, Jay Oliver. I think that it probably was a really beautiful gown. It just probably didn't take to TV very well. And those are probably the things that you learn the longer that you're a housewife. You know what looks better on TV. Some people also joke the fact that she says she has a stylist, yet she never looks styled. So they wonder if maybe the stylist has other tasks that they have to complete throughout the day, so they don't have time to style her. For example, the luncheon that she had with Sutton with the baseball hat, just a couple different times she hasn't looked all the way we would have thought put together. Also, too short, designers don't always get it right. Exactly, JoJo. I didn't think they got it right that time. Feeling a little bit bad for Crystal. That's not normally something that I say, but I think that, what did you guys think about the conversation between Erika and Crystal? Do you think that Erika was trying to talk about Crystal's eating disorder in a way where she was relating herself? She was almost asking Crystal things like how she felt, the feelings that Erika had about eating and the unhealthy feelings that she recognized as unhealthy, but she was like, almost asking Crystal, like, do you feel this way? And she was asking because maybe it's how she actually feels. She seemed to almost admit that she had some issues with food. I mean, the way she spoke about the laxatives, it seemed like she might be something that she does. She was definitely in distaste with telling Crystal that she couldn't have a chicken tender. That made me uncomfortable. That was like a cringe. I mean, I know we haven't seen it, but like we're gonna see it come up, and I think that's gonna like ruin what Erika was doing in the whole conversation leading up, because I don't think that she really had bad intention. I think she was just asking for herself because she has an unhealthy relationship with food and she's never sought help for it, and so she's validating her unhealthy relationship through Crystal's feelings of unhealthy, food feelings. Yes, Jay Oliver. I had to rewind too. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it either. And I know that we're going to see the rest of it like on the next episode, but it left off on a pretty bad foot. That's a pretty strong bad edit for Erika, 1,000%. While we are talking about the party, people are also talking about how Lisa Rinna has had barely any screen time. I didn't know this, but she was not invited to BravoCon. Did you guys know that? She was not invited to BravoCon. That's a really bad sign. We know that she's talked shit about producers in her posts, not about showing enough about her mom, showing their family grieving, et cetera, et cetera. Then she comes out the next day and she apologizes and talks about how amazing production is. So she's just really back and forth. But it doesn't really look great for her because her screen time, not last week's episode, but before, was literally 3 minutes. I think Erika just wants to make everyone suffer like she is. I think that could be a good point, Mega, because honestly, hurt people hurt people. So, that definitely could be the case. I thought it very interesting that Diona introduced her children to the ladies. Her 2 children seemed to be in their 20s. The one said he was 24, and Kathy said, oh, then you know Paris. And I'm thinking, Paris is like Kim Kardashian's age, right? They're like close to 40 or just turned 40. So I thought that was a really strange comment that she's like, you're 24 and you know my daughter because she's 40. I don't know if it's because maybe they ran in the same circles just because Paris was single for a very long time, or maybe he's friends with Paris's husband. Who knows? Those people all, hang tight together. The children seem to be like sitting just with themselves, like they didn't have friends there, and being made to, basically brush shoulders and be nice and talk to who these people are, who they could probably care very much less about. Her husband wore an all red suit, and he seemed the age close to her children, and she doesn't really seem to take to, she doesn't really listen to what he says, kind of. Do you guys feel like that? I mean, she does, but she walks around as if like her say is the final say. So you can say whatever you want. Yes, Diana's husband. You can say whatever you want, but like obviously Diana is the one with all of the money. Like she's making the ultimate decision when it comes down to it. And I think Diana has too much filler in her face, and I think that's why she also looks so chipmunky when she's licking her mouth, because she has so much filler. And I honestly hate to say this, but I think she needs to go to Dr. Jen Armstrong and have that shit dissolved like Emily did, because Emily from the Real Housewives of Orange County, when she let Jen Armstrong dissolve some of that filler out of her face, it made all the difference. She looked like a different person. I know, Jay Oliver, that's so funny. When Lisa came in, she complimented his suit, and then he complimented her jacket, and they said, oh, we should just switch jackets. So weird. I did find it really sad, but like still a little uncomfortable when Diana was talking about her miscarriage. It seems that the women were under the same impression that most of us viewers were, that this had happened a long time ago, months ago. We didn't know that she had just had the miscarriage and that the baby's due date would have been sometime around Christmas when they were filming. Again, it raises a question to the fact of obviously you plan this because you're doing IVF, so it seems a little odd to me that you would plan your pregnancy in the middle of your filming the first time. Sorry, my low battery mode, guys. Why you would do that your first time filming a reality series, you would want to be pregnant. I don't know. Was that on purpose? Was that to like show us a nurturing, pregnant Diana, to like really hook viewers, and like, you know, she thought it would be great for all of us to see that maybe. But unfortunately, you know, whatever transpired with her health, that didn't work out. So it does seem like that would be probably pretty hard to navigate on television. And so, of course, we don't want to talk, you know, we feel bad. We don't want anyone to go through anything like that. Anyways, Sutton ends up taking blame for 95% of everything that transpired, which seemed to be pretty stand up of her, I thought. I thought that was probably the best move Sutton could have made with Diana. I do. I think she said it in front of everyone, so she has plenty of witnesses to say, look, Diana, I apologize. I'm going to own 95% of everything that happened. When you're ready, when you feel like you're in the space, let me know I'm here. Like, that was the best move she could have made. Now, I also want to talk to you guys about the fact that Tom calling Erika and Lisa having this conversation. It's important to understand, guys, and they tell us this, Teddy Mellencamp told us this, the women will get together and they will kind of plan conversations. And when I say that, I mean they will, whoever they're going to be filming with that day, or whatever occasion or event that they're going to be filming with, they will talk to each other and they will say, hey, ask me about A, B, C, and D. You know what I mean? So hypothetically, Lisa and Erika chat before their scene. It could be days ahead, days before. They get notes when they're in the scene, as it is. And, you know, Erika says, ask me about Tom, blah, 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 blah. Ask me about this and ask me about that. And Lisa says, okay, and you ask me about this, this, and this. And then that way, they kind of control the narrative of the conversation, and they kind of do that on their own behind the scenes, which is why sometimes whenever they fight, it gets so wild because it's an uncontrolled conversation being filmed. But the ladies, that was definitely a plot. Erika and Lisa definitely spoke before they FaceTimed, and Erika wanted Lisa to ask her about Tom. She definitely wanted that. So funny because Ronald Richards is tweeting that, you know, nobody was saying Tom was contacting anybody until Ronald Richards said, hey, Tom's been calling me from the nursing home and he won't leave a phone number. He just calls and leaves a voicemail and tells me he'll call back. So Ronald Richards is saying, like, now that I said Tom's calling me, now Bravo's like, okay, Erika, you know, we'll let everyone know that he's calling you too. She says that, you know, she could be potentially responsible for alimony if their divorce were to finalize. She says that he really didn't change divorce attorneys. He just couldn't afford the divorce attorney that he had. So they had to drop him and just add the brother sort of as like a representation because the divorce is so far out on the list of things to take care of, because they have bankruptcy and then they have all of the trust account and everything that they need to disperse, and the debtors that they need to pay, and the people that are still continuing to follow suits all the time. Sorry, guys. She also says, her voice kind of cracks, that she's sad because it's the holidays and that she's used to being at home decorating with Tom and her son. It sounded like she wanted to cry a little bit. And then when she films her confessional, she says that Tom's in the, you know, what did she call it? She doesn't call it a nursing home, which is what it is. It's not an assisted living. He's not allowed to go anywhere. He has to stay there. It's $10,000 a month. That's probably so he can have a private, you know, room, so he doesn't have to share it with somebody, because he's coming from a Pasadena mansion with waiters and butlers to a you know, state facility ran nursing home where he gets 3 meals a day slapped in front of him. He basically says that she says she's been down this road before with her grandmother. And I just thought that didn't really sound, you know, too great when you're like comparing your grandmother to your husband, right? And alimony is like the last thing she's going to have to worry about. Long-term memory care is where they said that she was at. But he's in a nursing home. Like, we already got footage from the nursing home. We saw him and his brother walking there. People have called there and verified. So, I mean, he's in the nursing home, and he's in there for $10,000 a month because he wants private space. Like, normally it probably wouldn't be a whole $10,000 a month for a facility of the standard that he is at. And his brother is a dentist, but he has been the one who's been like helping Tom through this whole process because unfortunately Tom's daughter's husband is an attorney, and he worked at Girardi and Keese, and so they don't want a lot of communication between Tom and his daughter and the daughter's husband. So that's putting Tom and all of his responsibilities on the dentist, which is the brother. Okay, maybe Erika should call him. Maybe he has a little bit of money somewhere, right? It's just crazy to talk about. And then also I wanted to talk about one last thing. At the very beginning of it, Dorries doesn't have anything going on. I'm sad that she literally has nothing. Are getting nothing from her at all. We're just getting that she has COVID. She isn't talking about the burglar anymore, which is nice. But at the same time, she is not going to make it. She's not going to make it another season. I'm sorry. You guys know my lives are like more about my opinion, and my videos are like facts. And if I want my opinion, I'll throw it in the end. I would love to see more of Dorries if she had like a storyline to bring. You know, she is beautiful and she does love fashion, and we like PK and we like to poke fun at them, but she has nothing going on, literally nothing going on. And so it's like, I just want to shake them and be like, what are you doing? Like, do you think this is going to get you another season? You got to be somewhere between like Dorito and Lisa Rinna to get to next year. Like, you just got to be right in the middle. They gave Crystal another chance. I don't know if we'll see her next year or not. I want to know what you guys think. Will we see Crystal next year? I think she really tried to open up about her eating disorder. And again, I think we're kind of getting the same feel from Crystal that we got from Jackie. Like, it's a terrible disorder, and we are very sad, and we hope that they work through it and that they get help. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they can bring the other women in to like help them, incorporate them. I don't know. It just seems like it's not working well in the women. And it just seems like, I don't know. I mean, Kyle's talked about her eating disorder, but she has not used it as an entire storyline. Like, she talked about it in one episode, and that was it. Like, we didn't hear a whole storyline about it. So I'm not sure if Crystal has just put her heart into it, and she's just trying to be vulnerable, and she thinks that that is going to, you know, be enough for viewers to either like her or not like her and to bring her back the following year. I don't know if we'll see her or not. I thought it was also strange that they did bring Jamie Lee Curtis in for this episode, but for absolutely what reason? Like, what was the, I mean, I know that it was like for the children's hospital and that Kyle had donated $25,000, but did the other women donate? Because we didn't hear them donating. Maybe they did on the side. Was it a charity luncheon? And I just kind of missed it. I didn't understand why they put Jamie Lee into the episode, I guess. I mean, I think we all know that Kyle films with Jamie Lee and that they're like friends, you know, and I'm sure that they've been to one another's homes, obviously. But it just seemed like, what was her purpose in that episode for us? I mean, she was there and we got to see her, but she didn't really have an opinion on any of the women. She didn't say whether she watched the show or not, or, you know, I mean, Faye Resnick gives us more. The morally corrupt Faye even comes a little bit with something, you know what I'm saying? So I think Jamie Lee must have done it as a favor to Bravo, as a favor to Kyle, to come on the show. Like, she probably didn't really want to do it, or just did it as a favor. Kind of like when Kim Kardashian did Paris Hilton's music video as a favor. That's why, right? She called it a charity luncheon. Okay, that's what it was, with like 6 really rich women. Whatever. Do you guys think that it's okay that Kyle tells the amount of money that she gives when she says that she gave $25K? Do you guys think that? Because it's like, is the purpose, I don't know. I guess because it is a charity luncheon, it would just be for the girls that were filming. But you would think that like the whole purpose would be to, Barbara says no, it is classy or it's not classy. Do you think it's classy to say how much you donated, or it's not classy? She says, I wasn't impressed, bragging about how much they donate and Diana's donation. I didn't really like it either. I don't know. It was. Yeah, I thought it was inappropriate. Like, I personally, Jamie Lee, I think, has definitely done it to promote Halloween. It's not classy. I love when the housewives like get their hands dirty. Like, I love when Real Housewives of Atlanta like does the back to school giveaway and they do the backpacks and all the women come in like t-shirts with like candies giveaway or whatever. And Bethany Frankel, I mean, I will, you know, to my dying day, I will say she is like the most humble, or, you know, she gives the most, I think, to people like, you know, with hurricane victims, and she gets airplanes and huge donations, and that's it. Yeah, Shay, especially for the people that maybe donated but didn't get recognized. I don't know, it's a little messy. It is a little bit messy. It definitely is a little bit messy just to be like, oh, I donated 25K. Like, okay, well, that seems a little strange, right? I mean, what did you donate it to? Like, I don't know. I just didn't like the taste. It kind of left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. And she said it twice because she had to say how much she donated. And then she says that Diana matches her. Mid-season trailer, they did Kathy dirty. Can't wait to see the rest. And as of now, it's being a little bit boring. I agree, guys. I was bored. I actually had to watch the episode. I fell asleep in the middle. It wasn't very great. That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't have any backup gossip. We don't have any other drama going on between anyone except for Sutton. And if Sutton hadn't been in these arguments with Diana, we would have just had absolutely nothing, because nothing's going on with Dorito. Garcelle's definitely holding her own, and we love her for that. Erika is playing drunk and messy, so she doesn't have to talk about her legal problems. Kyle is kind of, you know, playing chess. She's doing what she does, keeping the group, you know, what her role is in the whole production. She understands her assignment, of course. And then, you know, what are you really left with? And I think that Garcelle's friend is like going to be like the comic relief that we need. I genuinely think she's so funny. I definitely miss Garcelle. Also in the Daily Mail article where Kyle is talking, I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I just put this in my video. I don't know if I should tell you guys or not, but I'll tell you anyways. She just did like an Australian Daily Mail article talking about how Teddy would be so amazing to come back as a full-time housewife, and that she could come back now and be herself and everyone would just love her to pieces, basically. I'm like, nobody loves Teddy to pieces, and nobody wants to see her back full time. I'm sorry, because here's the thing: Teddy won't film part time anymore. Even if they pay her, she won't do it. She's not gonna film a friend role. She's not gonna film a couple events with Kyle. She's not gonna do it. She wants to be full time or nothing. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that somebody else's name was mentioned in this article about coming to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And it would be an Atlanta cast member that moved out to LA with the love of her life, Mike Hill. And if you guys think I'm talking about Cynthia, that is exactly who I'm talking about. There are talks of Cynthia Bailey Hill joining the ladies of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because she's living in LA now. She lives in LA with Mike, and they're, you know, they're not really newly married. I think they got married right before COVID, or no, they got married when COVID. So yeah, they've been married since 2020. And I think that would be great. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing her as like a friend. I don't know if I'd want to see her like full time. I think that they could bring a little bit. Oh, people are saying no, they don't want to see Cynthia anymore. I wouldn't mind seeing her with like the other women, because I think her and Kyle would clash. If I watched the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and they clashed hard, so that would be kind of interesting, I think. But yeah, that's what we had last night on Beverly Hills. I didn't think it was a great episode. But I want to know what you guys think. And I have a Beverly Hills video about to drop. Also, what else? I did in New Jersey, because there were some things going on. I did a little bit of it. There's not a whole lot of information out on the new girls, but what information is out, I posted a little video on, and I am getting some more information, because when I post about it, then sometimes I get some leads. So I am getting some connections. Somebody commented and said one of the girls' husbands is into construction with Joey Gorga. Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me. So that means one of the husbands owns his own security company. Hello, Edwin 2.0. And then the other husband, this is Real Housewives of New Jersey, the 3 new girls. I'm telling you guys the whole video. I have to stop. I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, let me know if there's anything interesting that you want to hear. I know. Teresa and the girls are all in Ireland right now. There's a lot of footage, little clips going around of them. The last one I seen, it was Teresa and Margaret walking out together. Like, they were walking in twos, and it was Teresa and Margaret ahead of the group, which is crazy because Margaret said that Teresa said something that she could never come back from. Do you guys remember that? She said she was going to say it at the reunion, and then she didn't. She said she saved it for this season. And we're all confused because she told us that Teresa could never come back from it, and she confronted her about it. But obviously she must be able to come back, because now her and Margaret are friends, right? And also, it seems like Jennifer is getting along with Melissa at surface level, of course. And I'm telling you guys, till my dying day, till we see the wedding, Melissa's in the wedding. Melissa is in the wedding. I don't care what Daily Mail says. I told you guys before that Dina was not going to be in the wedding. Everyone came for me in the comments, and then Page 6 came out and confirmed that Dina was not going to be in the wedding anymore. Dina will also not be at the wedding. But I'm also telling you guys that Melissa is going to be in the wedding. I promise you. She's in the wedding. She's in the wedding party. And Joey is in the wedding party too with Louie, who's posting these crazy videos. You guys got to check those out too. I talk about that in my video. Yeah, so. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please. Subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow. Hit the like button. Make sure drop any, comments or content that you would like to hear a little bit more about. Jennifer Armstrong is coming back to the Real Housewives of OC as like part-time. So, I'm going to finally I did the deep dive a long time ago. I got all of the information. I'm going to put it into a video for you guys. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Have a good day, guys. Bye. See you.